It is a beautiful, beautiful day here in Lubbock, Texas. 96 degrees, low of 71, as your Lubbock Matadors are facing off against CF10 Houston. Playoffs bound, Caleb, playoffs bound.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to get it out of the way. You know, now we know that we're in there. We're just fighting for sitting now. It is a little, we are heal ourselves in the background.
There we go, I fixed it, we're good.
Oh, technical difficulties. It's a little windy out here, but
a little windy.
It's not as hot. That's the thing.
Yes, last week it was
unbearable.
so hot and no
unbearable.
wind. And now it's like, I mean, UV index is still 12. It's still crazy, but it's doable. It's very doable.
The wind
right
is
now.
making it very, very livable.
Yes, very livable indeed. Now, Caleb, as before we get into this match against Houston here, we wanted to talk a little bit about the player situation and how things are turning out. And as the main player correspondent on the desk here, Caleb, I'm giving you the floor.
Yeah, you know, it's been a really interesting summer. As we know that a lot of the players we were signing were high Division I guys. They're very good. They're very sought after. And that's a problem we ran into recently, that some of our players have been given really good offers. And again, left on good terms. We understand that these are life-changing offers. You know, I'll drop some names. Alex Aiken going to Austin United. Momo going to Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
And yeah, we got all these players.
Switchbacks, I think, right?
Yes.
In USL Championship.
I always say Colorado Springs.
It's
in Colorado Springs.
It's in Colorado Springs, but it's switchbacks. Yeah, you're right.
But you know, we have all these good players who were definitely going to start for us, and they leave. So we're having to fill the void of these players. You know, and then there's some like who didn't get their playing time they wanted. You know, Evan, Salama.
Yep.
And it's just a weird thing about this summer, but the main thing is that our depth in some areas isn't what it used to be.
Yeah.
You know, I was very impressed with our depth up top going into this, and now we have Jamal only.
Yeah, that's
we
a little
haven't
hard.
seen Fabian and
we haven't seen Fabian. Fabian's riding the bench right now, I think.
No, he hasn't even been on the bench.
Oh.
So this is what we're talking about.
Yep, that's what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about, like stuff like that. Obviously, they signed a new player today, Adam. Very good player. I played with him in high school.
Yes.
That's my little thing. I played with him at Friendship High School. I was a bit younger than him.
All right, Nunk.
But no.
This guy's good. This guy, he plays for University of Memphis, right?
Yeah, he just transferred there, but he's been around in USL2, playing for Des Moines, Corpus Christi. But he is a very good. He's most likely going to play on the left wing in that striker position, and he has what this team needs right now.
Yep.
Because it's something we'll go on to in the show later, of that the team just isn't finishing.
Yes.
We're creating all these chances, we're having all these shots, but we're just not finishing them. Adam is a true finisher.
Yes. That's the main thing that we were talking about as well. Last game, 3-1? 2-1 victory over Brownsville. Hard-fought victory. 10 minutes of extra time. Absolute insanity. But biggest thing was I was standing next to this guy, and he's like head in hands, frustrated with how we can't finish.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing that I want to bring up as well, is that we had this team firing on all cylinders, going away, playing our first few home games, getting 5-0. Then some players start walking. Then some things happen. Then we lose in West Texas, in Midland, and there's just opportunities that we have, but we're just not finishing and we're not closing.
And that West Texas game is pretty much the perfect case study, right? You go back and you watch that game, and you see the amount of chances we created and how many of them we're putting away.
Yeah.
You know, our one goal came from a terrific strike by Jack Thomas, but we should have had 2 or 3 more.
Yeah.
And 3 goals right now seems to be the cap of this team. You know, you go talk about when we played CF10 Houston there, of course, it was a very rotated side. We only scored 3 where we could have had more.
Could have 4 or 5.
So you're hoping to see that today in front of a home crowd when, CF10 Houston are rooted to the bottom of the table. They had to drive all the way up here. You want this squad to go and unload today. Get that goal difference moved up and try to power through.
Indeed, absolutely. That's kind of the hard part. We will see if this new signing with Alex works out. If maybe he gets some starting time or some playing time later on in the game. Adam.
You said Alex.
Alex. Adam.
Rookie.
Adam.
Rookie
mistake. If Adam can get some stuff going on here next. Before we move on to Around the Lone Star, let's give a quick shout out to our shop here. We've got the brand new threads here on the Mozos store. Look at this bad boy. You designed this, right, Caleb?
I did. This is for the players. Don't look at it. It's bad luck.
Yes.
This is going to be your Midland Tifo.
Yep, this is your Midland Tifo.
Shut up. You didn't see it.
You didn't see it.
You didn't see it before the actual thing comes out. But this is one of the shirts that we've designed in the shop. There's a lot more. There's hats. He's wearing one of the hats.
I've got the hat right here.
There's
We've got
other
stickers
shirts,
as well
stickers.
by the very talented Gut Confetti.
All that money goes to the Mozos, and it helps us, buy smoke, buy drumsticks, produce the Tifos that you love, and just help us keep going. Because, despite what it may look like, this is actually a very expensive operation.
Yes, very expensive.
With the amount of stuff we have to do. So, if you want to buy some of the merch, rep the Mozos organization, rep what we do, go to the merch store. It's on Printify.
Link is right here.
Link is right there. We should have it on our socials very soon.
Yes, socials and website. We're working on.
Bad.
That's your bad. I'll help you out with that sometime before Oklahoma. Mozos-lbk.printify.me. Go on there. That is mozos-lbk.printify.me. Let's talk about around the Lone Star. Look, fellas, previous games, West Texas. We were like, okay, there's no stream. Where's the stream? We check it during our game. 4-0. 4-0 over Arkansas at home.
Arkansas is just such a weird team, and we've talked about it.
So weird.
Where they're putting up these good performances in some games, and then just dropping generational stinkers in others.
Yep.
And that's just the inconsistency that I was kind of talking about them in the start of the season. Obviously, Brownsville extremely unlucky with their situation. CF10 Houston is just blatantly bad.
Yep.
Knock on wood. And
of course.
So, but there's a bigger game that's going on today.
Yes, it's the first seed versus the third in the table. Oklahoma hosting West Texas. Both West Texas teams coming up to Oklahoma for the season.
Yeah, I mean, I was very blunt about this. I might be watching this game more than ours because this game means so much for us. If Oklahoma drops any points, we jump them.
And we get a win tonight.
Yeah, if we get a win tonight, we'll
even a draw. I think. Yeah, right.
A draw would bring us level.
Yes, draw would be next level. A win would take us
So if we
over.
both draw, we'd be level. Or no, excuse me. If we both draw, we'd stay where we are. If they lose and we draw, we'd be level.
We'll talk about that here later. But a lot of math going on here. But yes, the number 1 versus number 3 team in the table. Honestly, if we weren't streaming out here at Lowry Field at Plains Capital Park, I would be like, go watch that game.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say, have our game on, have that game on like your tablet, your smartphone, something else. Have it on a second TV because that's gonna be such a banger. And they're both these games are kicking off here at 7:30 p.m. Central. Go to Oklahoma United's YouTube for that one.
Yeah, that last game in West Texas between these two finished 4-3.
Yeah.
So obviously it was 4-1, and then West Texas came try to make a late comeback. We'll see what happens today, but my score prediction now, because it's going to help Lubbock and both sides, is going to be a 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw.
I think it's going to be a very frustrating game. There's going to be a lot of emotion going into it. I think the players are going to struggle to get through that.
Yes.
And
if they lose, they have a whole week before playing. Actually, not a whole week, but they have enough time to be able to rebound against Houston, rebound against us. So we'll see when we get to that. Next up, Brownsville hosting Fort Worth, Saturday, June 21st, 7 p.m. Fort Worth on that 4th angle, that number 4 seed so far. Wins. You need wins at this point to get a bit of a gap.
Yeah, I mean, Fort Worth getting a really strange win versus Brownsville. I mean, some absolute bangers were scored, and you got to just appreciate the amount of heart they put out there.
Yeah.
But going to Brownsville, as we know, is a very tough challenge, and especially this Brownsville side who is angry, severely angry. Of course, they will be riding those red cards they got against us. So there will be some players out. The coaches will be out. We don't got to talk about all that again.
I do want to talk about how their head coach was on the opposing stands.
That was so funny.
Coaching them allegedly had an earpiece in.
No, he did.
He did? Okay.
I saw it.
Okay.
I saw it.
Oh, boy.
I'm not. This is not allegations. I saw him.
You saw it, and then he was yelling tactics on during the first half.
Yeah.
And then one of the staff members comes up to us and he's like, "Do you see that guy up there? Like, what's going on?" He's like, "That is their head coach. We are escorting him out of the stadium right now." So 3 police go up, escort him out. We all start going crazy. We're like, "Say goodbye."
Yeah.
I mean, he might not be able to hear us.
Probably not.
But still, that's insane. That's crazy.
It's just the weirdness of this conference that I love.
Yep.
Like, by the way, illegal. First of all, not allowed to do that.
Yep.
But funny.
Against the rules, but funny.
But
absolutely.
Funny.
Did it for the bit. Oklahoma hosting Houston Saturday, June 21st, also at 7 p.m.
Houston. Please. Please,
Houston,
brother.
please.
Brother, please.
Please come and do something fun for us. But let's take a look really quick at the table here. I've changed the table a little bit from past broadcasts. Top 4 is in green. Bottom 3 is in red, so you can kind of see what's going on. This is the current table right now. Of course, we have more points, but we have a loss, so we're underneath Oklahoma in second place. Arkansas and Fort Worth only separated by 3 points. And that West Texas side is also separated by 4 points by Fort Worth. So a lot of movement can happen between third place and and fifth place. Breaking news? We we know that.
He's not gone.
He's not gone, but yeah, Dylan Clark is taking a break. He's taking a break.
You were late to that.
My goat is taking a break. That's okay. He's going to try to come back. That is true. Yeah. We will see tonight who's going to be starting. We're going to see that. But yes, let's talk a little bit about this updated table here. Oklahoma, Lubbock, West Texas, Fort Worth. Do you think Arkansas has a shot at getting into that fourth place side?
No.
No?
I'm
Okay.
going to be honest with you. Fort Worth proving they are the better team against Arkansas with 2 really good wins there. If you're Fort Worth, you just got to stay consistent. Their run into the end of the season is a bit difficult.
Yep.
But I think it will, honestly, the table will stay pretty much how it is.
Yep. Okay.
Besides, I do think Lubbock will jump Oklahoma. We'll
Yep.
have to see that top 3.
Top 3,
I
you
think
might
will
see some
have a
movement.
lot of change.
You'll have a lot more movement there.
You have a lot more movement there, but I do think that Arkansas is just in a rough patch right now.
Yep.
And it's just...
At the same time, though, I've seen crazier things happen, and there is a possibility that Arkansas can move up, and then if Fort Worth or West Texas kind of mess up a little bit,
yeah,
you go right back up into that 4th spot, just coast right onto the playoffs, and just live on a prayer against the 1 seed, whoever that may be. So that is your look at the updated table, and let's take a look at the playoff picture. Thank you, Sean Dillon, for doing the math and helping us out here. But look. Here is to host for the Lone Star Conference playoffs. Okay, again, top 4 teams make it into the playoffs. Semifinals are 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3. Whoever wins there goes to the conference final. Whoever wins there goes and represents the Lone Star Conference in the South Regional playoffs until we get into the national finals. To host, we need to win tonight. We need to win against Oklahoma. We win against West Texas. We control our own destiny. If we win all 3, we get a comfortable 1 seed. We sail into the playoffs hosting both the semifinals and final.
That is the hardest route.
That is the hardest route, but it is probably the most simple, but
it's
hard
the
as
hardest
well.
but simple.
Yes. Another one is that we win against Houston tonight. We get a draw against, say Oklahoma, but we have to beat West Texas. That is the big game that we have to get a win there to get a number 1 seed. To get a 2 seed, we have to beat Houston or Oklahoma, and we have to beat West Texas. This all hinges on us beating West Texas at home July 5th, and that's a little scary. I'm not
an
gonna lie.
emotional game.
Very emotional game.
I was talking about this with my grandmother. We were talking about it that I really would like a cushion going into that West Texas game.
Yes.
Because if we're going into a game versus your rival, you're looking to get 2 trophies in one night, a league title and the El Destico. That is scary.
Very scary.
I've been in those situations where there's so much running through your head. And West Texas, all they know they have to do is
just get a win.
play the
They'll
mind
get a draw.
games.
Yeah.
Play the mind games, and you'll win the whole thing.
Yep.
So, scary.
Very scary indeed. Win or draw tonight against Houston, all good. We get 3rd place minimum. That's okay. We're not going to be 4th place, but we will have to travel outside for both of our matchups if we win there. So a lot riding on tonight. But again, 1 seed went out, or Oklahoma gets a draw or a loss against their current 4 other opponents, including us. That helps a lot as well. 2 seed with a win against Oklahoma or Houston, we have to beat West Texas. That is the playoff picture there. And Caleb, do you think it's doable? Do you think winning out is doable?
I think winning it all is doable. I think that Oklahoma game is just going to be a really tough one. You know, obviously they also have a very good crowd, but their atmosphere isn't as kind of like ours.
They have a crowd, but they don't have the atmosphere, and that's the thing that's like
I think
tough,
that going into that game, there's going to be a lot of emotion between the 2 sides. You know, obviously both teams will know that depending on that result, the league title will change completely.
Absolutely.
So I think it's going to be a very emotional game. I think just if our guys need to focus on today, you just take it one game at a time.
Yes, one game at a time. And that's what Andre actually said to me
Yeah.
after on Saturday. He was like, got to take it one at a time, one at a time. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, when you're this close to the end of the season, this is playoff games now.
Yep, these are playoff games.
Even though the playoffs haven't started, it's playoffs now.
yeah, you're playing for your life every single night. So before we get into talking about tonight's matchup, let's take a quick shout out here to the Mozos. Come and join us every single game day, away or at home. Scan the QR code, go to mozos.org and get in the know via chance. Donate. We are a 501c3, so you can write off donations on your taxes. Help us out. Have a great time. And as well to Lubbock Abstract and Tidal. Thank you to Cam for sponsoring this. Noise is brought to you by Lubbock Abstract and Tidal. Make sure to go check them out. If you are doing anything via buying a home, renting, leasing, escrow, anything you need home-wise, go to Lubbock Abstract and Tidal Company. Moving on, let's talk about this Houston side, and I think this is going to be a pretty quick segment because there's not a whole lot to talk about.
Yeah, I mean they've struggled really bad this whole season. There's not much to say. We could talk about their last 3 games.
Yep.
4-1, 3-1, 0-3. It's not good. It's not good lookings if you're Houston going
They
in
haven't
tonight.
scored more than 1 goal in a match, so yeah.
So look, if I'm Houston from a tactical perspective, park the damn bus.
Yeah.
Like, try to get us on the counter. Just try, again, knock on wood, try not to get blown out.
Yep.
Like that'd be my idea going into this game. Obviously, this is a very different Houston side than what we thought we'd see from them at the start of the season. And there's probably reasons in the backside behind that with these clubs. You have to operate like they do, but we live and we move on.
We live and we learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know that a few of they have a bunch of different teams and stuff. One of their teams is actually going to a national championship at St. Louis. I believe that's their under 19 squad, I want to say.
Yeah.
So they are building talent. They are doing a good job. They have a lot of teams, a lot of efficiency.
It's just not going into the first team.
Not going to the first team. You just got to wash your hands with it. Maybe try to get a win or a draw. Try to get some morale, something going on the last 2 games of the season. Their game against Arkansas at home did get postponed. We'll see if or when that ever gets brought back, or they ever get to play that. But we'll see there. But I mean, it's just not a great season for them so far. If I was a Houston fan, I'd be very, very sad.
Here's the thing: is like it's not shocking. It's not like a Brownsville
Yeah.
where it's completely like
it's like whoa.
whoa. But it's sad.
It is
it's
sad. It's sad.
Sad is the way I describe it.
Yeah, it's sad. But at the same time, if we get over 4 goals tonight, I'm sleeping like a baby.
Oh yeah.
I'm having a good time.
I want us to break that lump and just pound the rock. I mean, I want to see JT get a dang hat trick tonight.
Yes, please,
Like,
JT, get a hat
JT
trick.
hat trick would cure families.
That would feed
like
the families of West Texas.
yes.
Absolutely. So, again, we don't, as is normal here on the pre-shows for the home games, we don't know the starting 11 just yet, so we cannot premiere that. However, we can speculate. Here is last game's starting 11. Starting from the top here, Duvon. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. The captain, number 14, starting off here. Jamal Williams at number 9. Theo Butterworth at number 4. JT Jack Thomas, number 11. Number 22, Tim. Number 6, Nico Cross. Number 8, Ryan. Number 77, Lloyd. Lude. I always mess it up. I gotta put pronunciation in there. My bad. Mesfin Rhoda, number 20. Stefan Villanak, number 12, and Andre Schafele is number 1 in the goal box. Landed a little weird in the last bits of extra time last game, got up and was able to walk a little bit. While we were out that night, he was kind of limping a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm not 100% on if he's injured, if he's starting, but that is your last starting 11 from Brownsville.
Well, yeah, I mean, we all saw it when he landed. It was, again, he did what he needed to do. He went and got the pump.
Yeah.
It was a bad landing. All I know is that he came and celebrated with us after. And if we do decide to switch goalkeepers tonight's probably the night to do it.
Yep. I'm thinking Ollie maybe.
Yeah.
One of our new Venezuelan
Ollie
goalkeepers
has
as well.
been buying his time. I think he honestly deserves to start today. Obviously, no one deserves to start, right?
Yeah, nobody really
but
deserves
I do
to
think
start.
he has earned the right to start. Just biding his time, let Schafele rest up a little bit. Obviously, we believe Mesfin Rhoda has left the squad as well.
Yeah.
And again, one of those situations where he got a really good offer
Really
that
good
you can't
offer
turn
elsewhere.
down. So no hate there.
Yep.
But
And that's the hard part. Keeping a squad together during the season is really, really tough in this league. So that's what we're hoping for. That's what we're hoping for something. Again, stay tuned on social media. The starting 11 usually drops around 7:20
so
around
they
there.
usually drop it an hour for the game, so it's going to come out in like 10 minutes.
Come out in 10 minutes. So we will not be able to report on that, of course, but we will get there. Great crowd coming out tonight. By the way, we've got the main broadcast crew right in front of us right here. They are here and in force.
Having a beer.
Having a beer.
Having a beer.
That's okay. That's fine.
Loosening up the pipes.
You know, I mean, we all do it. I mean, if you are a if you are a broadcaster, a little beer helps a little bit. That's all I'm gonna say.
We've all had a drink.
We've all had a drink, mate. We've all had a drink. Let's move
Some
on
of us
here.
more than others.
Some of us a little bit more than others, but let's move on here to our score predictions. And we had some hot takes on social media as well that I've seen. What do you think?
I said 4-0.
4-0.
I again, as much as I really want to see it pound it, I honestly think we're going to get that fourth. And it's going to be a lot of the backups after that, getting them the playing time, resting up before that Oklahoma leg. But yeah, 4-0 tonight. I am going to go for JT getting 2. I think Ryan's due 1.
And then just one more from the squad, maybe?
Yeah, I think a sub will get 1. We'll have to see.
Okay, we'll see. We will see, indeed. I'm also going to go 4-0. I think Andre actually starts this game, powers through injury. I mean, you got more than a week before your next match. You can get healthy after this game. So if not, Ollie gets it. Ollie gets the clean sheet. I also think 2 for JT, 1 for anybody on the squad. I'm going to say anybody can get that one, and then a substitute goal as well. I think we'll see that later on in the game. I think by halftime, hopefully 1-0, 2-0, and then coach will just tell them to put foot on the gas and just keep going, keep pounding. I think that's how it's going to happen. Next up, we are going on the road. We're very excited. I can't even speak right now.
So we actually have 2 road trips.
We have 2 road trips.
We can talk about it.
We should talk about this. Yes.
We're going to New Mexico United.
We're going to New Mexico United.
We're going
to be there. They're playing FC Juarez, and that's going to be a lot of fun. I get to go back to my hometown. You get to try green chili and New Mexican beer and all the fun stuff there. That'll be a lot of fun.
I'm a big green chili enchilada guy.
Oh,
massive.
Yes.
My parents are so good at it.
You got it.
So,
oh my gosh. Caleb, it's going to change your life.
Is it?
It's going to change your life.
Yeah.
And if you ever need some, just hit me up. I got you, buddy. I got you. I know how to make a good New Mexican green chili chicken.
If you're in New Mexico United, us 2 plus Carlos, who's one of the interns here, who we became good buddies with.
Yep.
We'll all be there. We'll be in the supporter section doing what we do.
I want to do a live show, but I also don't. I just kind of want to just experience it and vibe. So yeah, I think we're just going to vibe. So
do you want to tell them about the special
we'll
appearance we have today from a New Mexico United?
Yes, we do. We have a special appearance from I forgot the fraternity name, but they have a United Supporters Group fraternity that is Greek for drink, tailgate, repeat.
Yes.
I want to say. He's coming out with his flag, and he's going to come out and party with us in the Mozos section. So yeah, but of course, biggest thing is we're going on the road next Saturday, the 28th. The game kicks off at 7. We will be live at 6 o'clock sharp. We're going to have a special guest from the broadcasters, actually. They're going to come on the show and talk with us, have a great time. In Oklahoma, not Eugene. Actually, it might be Eugene, Oklahoma.
Eugene, Oklahoma.
No, it's outside of Oklahoma City.
You said Eugene. I thought you were about to say Oregon.
No. I was not about to say Oregon. But, I was like, but yeah, it's a suburb of OKC. We'll be out there live from their stadium there. So very, very excited about that. We actually already have that live stream on YouTube. So go check it out. Go put notify me. You do not want to miss that one.
By the way, I didn't realize this until I went and watched the game back. Oklahoma United's stadium. It's like they have one like us where it's like an actual bigger stadium.
Yeah, D2
so
stadium.
On the round, they have a waterfall.
What?
If you go back and watch Oklahoma.
If we win, can we dive in? Can we get in the waterfall?
We bit disrespectful. We bit disrespectful.
We be disrespectful. Oh man. Let's see here. Look, we already got our match preds in. We're talking about both of our road trips this next week. Any final thoughts before we head out?
Look, foot on the gas today. Take it easy during the week. Let's go beat Oklahoma.
One final shout out to the merch store, Mozos-LBK.printify.me. I swear we're going to get this link fixed up, but grab yourself a t-shirt. These things are awesome, and they're cheap.
Yes.
These things are nice, quality, cheap stuff. support the Mozos. Support us out here as we continue to do more fun stuff.
Get it before the Midland game.
Get it before the Midland game. It has to happen, please. For Caleb Lester, I'm Dylan Wynn, and we will see you guys next week in Oklahoma. Have a great night, and let's go Matadors.